Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles, back again for another review. This time it's the Bandai Tamashii Nation Star Wars movie realization, Akazonae Royal Guard. For all the upcoming Japanese Star Wars figures, head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. They ship worldwide, so definitely check them out. Alright, it's been a long wait for these guys to come in, but I finally got my 2 Royal Guards from BBTS just recently, and it was definitely worth the wait. I absolutely love the colour on these. And I'll get to a closer look shortly, but just a quick look at the box. So you're the same sort of style, and you get the nice look at the figure there, which just looks really awesome. And on the back you get the usual photos of the figure and the accessories and so on. So nicely packaged there by Bandai. Accessories wise, he comes with the katana hilt, which again is a nicely glossed sheath, which is nicely done, and the katana itself, which has a sort of bluish handle, nicely detailed, and it's just plastic like the others, but it fits nicely in the sheath like so. And then you can clip it into the waist here via this little movable section there, which is similar to the other figures as well. So you just slide the hilt in, the sheath in there, and it clips on fairly nicely. I'll probably have mine curving blade down like so, which I think is the proper style, I think, for armoured figures or armoured troops. If you're in normal sort of I guess standard clothes, you would probably wear it facing that way. That's I think some of the feedback that I got from some of the other videos I had on the etiquette for this samurai sort of dress. So I think that's the way that I will probably have mine displayed. Comes with his staff, which is used, I guess, the homage to the style from Return of the Jedi, and it's nicely molded and painted in this sort of gold colouring, which is nicely done. And they do have a hand to sort of hold it. The 4 hands, well, it comes with 6 hands in total, 2 fisted ones by default, and these hands separately. So I think you can use one of these hands here, for example, to rest the base on there like so, and have him standing at attention, which does look pretty damn good. And it also comes with this piece at the front, which is the front sort of robe, so you clip it on like that, but I'll show you that in a second. There is a particular issue that I have with it, which some people have explained to me why it might be like that. You'll see that there are these 2 dots, 2 pegs here, and you'll see that they're not quite aligned centered, and they do, apparently they do that for a reason. If I just take this center piece off, so to put that on, you pretty much take this center imperial symbol off of his chest, so you just get your fingernails under there, and you'll see that it comes apart like so. Just need to sort of move the body out of the way just to get it to come apart like so, and you'll see that it's got the 2 holes in the chest there. So you line it up by just placing it under there, get it under the helmet section like so. So you'll notice that when you sort of put the lower longer peg in, you can still sort of rotate it to have it centered on the figure like so. But what I found out was that as you try to push in, the pegs will only go in at a certain angle, and that angle will angle this robe down to his right. So I'm not sure if you can pick that up. It sort of angles it away from the katana area. So apparently they've angled it in that direction, so that when you have this inserted in there, it allows you room to have that hilt protruding through like that. I'm not sure I particularly like it all that much, because it just looks a little bit weird with that thing going to the side like so. So I prefer to have it slightly jutting out a little bit so that you can still sort of adjust it straight. But once you have it set up like that, it doesn't look too bad at all. I'll probably have one displayed like this, as I've got another one here set up already. So I'll have one displayed with the robe at the front and one displayed with the emblem at the front. So it's a good bit of variety there in the display. I'll try and put this back on, hold on. Alright, there you have it. So apart from that little nitpick on the robe, everything else I absolutely love with this figure. So I'll just give you a close-up of some of the details here. The helmet itself, it is made of two parts. I thought it was actually a single piece, but it's actually made up of two pieces. So there's the top part here that does rotate a little bit like so. It does have a bit of tilt action there, and then this lower part around the neck and shoulders that also rotates slightly. So you just need to be a bit careful on when you move this stuff around to not sort of get too much paint rub and so on, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And the detailing and patterning is just awesome. So I love that style. This back cape is also removable. If you just take that off, there's a little peg there that goes into the hole, so that sort of sits like that. So you can have them without it. I think that's similar to the Sand Trooper thing that put the backpack on. So with that back on there, it looks pretty good. And the cape itself is sort of nicely, it's a softer plastic with a bit of dirt wash in it and a bit of tattering look on the bottom there. So that's quite nice. And it's a similar material for this. They've made it so that it sort of juts out at the bottom here for this front robe. I like to sort of soften it up and have it actually bending back the other way to be closer to the body, but it does tend to go back to its original shape. But the figure itself, other than the helmet, most of the other parts are reused or repainted from the previous figures. These look new. I can't remember seeing these on any of the other figures, but I'll grab those in a second. But the waist area here, the loose piece, looks all very familiar to the Stormtroopers and Sand Troopers and so on. So, and then the shoulder pads here are all fairly familiar if you've got these figures before. And so the knee articulation and everything else is pretty much the same. As always, be careful of these ankles. They don't particularly like to articulate or bend in directions that you normally would want, particularly this ankle rocking motion. I would prefer if they just had an easier ankle sort of rocking motion. You tend to have the legs splayed out wide and these rotated at a specific angle to be able to have him with his feet flat on the ground, which is a little disappointing, but other than that, the articulation is pretty good all around. So, you know, his arms can go out quite wide. These shoulder areas have that sort of butterfly motion, and you can bend it up like so. Now, one other aspect that I don't particularly like, and on both of mine, they happen on the same shoulder. So on this on these shoulder pads, as you'll see, they do come off on a ball joint. If I can just pull that off, and if you look at that ball joint, it is on like a little swivel on the inside, so you can adjust the height and location of the shoulder pad itself. On mine, on both of mine, once I clip that back on this shoulder, you can have the shoulder raised all the way up and have the shoulder pad pushed up and down like so to cover that sort of gap there. But on this particular shoulder, when you have the arm up and down, the shoulder pad here, even though you rotate it down like that, it still either pops up like this, or you can't actually bend it further anyway down like so. So I'm not sure why that is, and I guess you could try swapping around to have it flatter like that. You need to roll it further down like so, which I guess creates a bit more of a gap at the top there than on this side. But I guess in the scheme of things, it's a fairly minor point for an otherwise pretty awesome figure. So I'll just set them both up with the other figures and give you guys a look at the whole collection so far. Alright, so here are the figures in the line so far that I've got, and I have to say this is definitely one of my favourite Star Wars lines at the moment. Just the unique sort of styling of these guys, the various colours, and the teasers for the upcoming figures just really makes this a line to definitely have if you're a Star Wars fan. It'll be a talking point for many years to come. You know, every time I get friends over, they always sort of ask me about these particular styles and figures, and they definitely look awesome displayed together like this for a very unique sort of styled Star Wars collection. SDCC, they did tease, and they have released the Black Pauldron version special edition, which also has a white pauldron that you can swap out. So I'll definitely try and see if I can get my hands on one of those. And they also have the, I can't remember what the exact name is, but they've got the flag bearer also released that I've pre-ordered through BBTS. And they also have displayed the new archer and spear thrower, I think. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but they've got those couple of figures coming, and they've also shown some concept art of the Gamorrean guard. Jango Fett was also teased, and also Amidala, Queen Amidala from episode 1, and a couple of others, I think, or IG-88 as well. So hopefully they look to be doing the whole bounty hunter line as well. So if you're interested in getting these, click that link in the description to head over to BBTS and pick this up yourself, because they have them in stock right now, and they definitely are worth getting for a fairly fantastic Star Wars line. So hopefully you like that quick look at the new Royal Guard from Bandai Tamashii Nations in this movie realization line. Hopefully you can click that subscribe button. I've got a few 1/6 scale figures coming up next with In Flames and New Soul Toys' Juba Jie, which is the Pigsy from Journey to the West, and also the two Universal Soldiers from Blitzway and Damn Toys. So hopefully you can stick around for that. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.